So dear students, up to this point of time, we have discussed about electric current, electric circuit, potential difference. So during potential difference, we discussed how potential difference is one of the important factor for the flow of current. कि करंट कब फ्लो करेगा, जब हमारा जो कंडक्टर है उसके दोनों एंड्स पे क्या होना चाहिए, पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस. अगर पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस नहीं है, जीरो है, तो इन दैट केस there will be no flow of electric current. So this was theoretical or qualitative analysis. Mathematical relationship was found out by Ohms. So Ohm given the mathematical relationship between the current and potential difference. So what is the mathematical relationship? So according to the Ohm's law, the primary requirement is while measuring the potential difference and current flowing through a conductor, कि हम एक क्या करते हैं, कंडक्टर लेते हैं, उसमें से हम करंट पास करते हैं और पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस को नोट करते हैं. जितना ज्यादा पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस होगा उतना ज्यादा करंट फ्लो करेगा. दिस इज द सिंपलेस्ट एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ Ohm's law. But how you have to write? Current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the ends of conductor. But the primary requirement is the temperature should remain constant. कि अगर आप इसके अंदर से करंट कितना फ्लो कर रहा है उसको मेजर कर रहे हो by applying the potential difference across the ends of conductor. तो उस टाइम पे आपको ये ध्यान रखना है the temperature should not change. तो अगर टेम्परेचर चेंज होगा तो इनकी वैल्यूज जो हैं या Ohm's law जो है वो क्या हो जाएगा, फेल हो जाएगा. इट विल नॉट फॉलो, द कंडक्टर विल नॉट फॉलो द Ohm's law. So the definition, in case of definition, you have to write the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the ends of conductor, but always mention at constant temperature. And all of us are aware the symbol for potential difference is V, symbol for current is I. Means potential difference is directly proportional to the I, or I is directly proportional to the V. In that case, when we convert directly proportional into the sign of equal to, we have to use a constant. And the constant in case of Ohm's law we use is R, I. But most commonly we write like this: V is equal to I R. And what does R stand for? कि R का क्या मतलब है? R stands for resistance. And the simplest meaning of resistance is the interference in the flow of charge or flow of electric current is called resistance. कि कोई भी कंडक्टर है, let us assume this is our conductor, इसमें से हम करंट पास कर रहे हैं. करंट पास करने के बाद पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस तो हमने मेंटेन किया है कि वी आर अलाउइंग द करंट टू पास थ्रू दिस कंडक्टर. जब हम करंट पास करते हैं तो किसी में से करंट ज्यादा अच्छे से फ्लो करता है, किसी में से करंट इन कंपैरिजन टू अदर अच्छे से फ्लो नहीं करता है. कि व्हाइल डिस्कसिंग द मेटल एंड नॉन मेटल वी डिस्कस सिल्वर इज द बेस्ट कंडक्टर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, कॉपर इज द गुड कंडक्टर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, एल्यूमिनियम इज द गुड कंडक्टर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. Why silver is called best? So we are using the wires of copper and aluminum at our home, but silver is the best conductor. The reason is the interference in the flow of charge or electric current in case of silver is very very less or minimum in comparison to the other. कि silver में जो resistance रहेगी चार्ज के फ्लो में वो सबसे कम होती है in comparison to the other elements. So that is why silver is the best conductor of electricity. But others, for example lead is the poor conductor of electricity. Why? Because lead have maximum resistance. कि जब चार्ज उसमें से फ्लो करेगा उसमें सबसे ज्यादा इंटरफेरेंस कौन प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है, lead. So that is why lead is the poor conductor of electricity. So this is the meaning of word resistance, कि कितनी ज्यादा इंटरफेरेंस है इलेक्ट्रॉन के या चार्ज के या करंट के फ्लो में. Then current is flowing through a conductor. कि इंसुलेटर में से तो करंट फ्लो करने नहीं वाला है. So if someone asks to define resistance, so one way of defining resistance is interference in the flow of electrons or flow of charge or flow of current. If someone asks you write the formula of resistance, so you can use this expression of Ohm law, that V is equal to IR. V is equal to IR. So R is equal to V by I, and again you have to write at constant temperature. Next is, what is the unit of resistance? So we have already discussed the units of potential difference and current. The unit of potential difference is volt, unit of current is ampere, and the symbol of volt is V, symbol of ampere is A. So unit of resistance is volt per ampere. But rather than writing the volt per ampere in the honor of ohm, so we write ohm. So unit of resistance is ohm, but rather than writing the ohm, we use the symbol ohm. So the unit of SI unit of resistance is ohm. Again, the 1 mark question, what do you mean by 1 ohm? कि 1 ohm का क्या मतलब होता है, कि how you can define 1 ohm? So 1 ohm is the resistance of a conductor at constant temperature when potential difference is 1 volt and the current flowing through the conductor is 1 ampere. Let's understand. This is the conductor. The conductor is present at a constant temperature T. कि conductor हमने constant temperature T के ऊपर लिया है. We are allowing the current to pass through them. अब करंट पास हो रहा है, कितना करंट पास हो रहा है? 1 एम्पियर. तो 1 एम्पियर करंट पास करने के साथ साथ उसकी पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस इन दोनों एंड्स पे हमने कितनी रखी है? 1 वोल्ट. तो 1 ohm is resistance when 1 ampere current is passed through a conductor having potential difference 1 volt. कि 1 ohm रेजिस्टेंस हम किसको बुलाएंगे? कि किसी कंडक्टर में से करंट फ्लो कर रहा है कितना? 1 एम्पियर, और उसके दोनों एंड पे पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस कितने हैं? 1 वोल्ट. At that point of time, resistance is called 1 ohm at a particular constant temperature. So this is about the unit of resistance. Next, one more important topic or one more important question that comes in the board exam is experimental verification of Ohm's law. कि how we can experimentally verify the Ohm's law. So the best way to verify the Ohm's law is take a electric circuit. As you can see in this electric circuit, we have taken a battery, 2 cells in a battery, positive terminal, negative terminal. It is connected in series to a ammeter. The function of ammeter is to measure the current. Next is the resistance R is connected and a voltmeter is connected. Now see, what is this? Key or switch to allow the flow of current. If dot is not there, there will be no flow of current. If dot is there, means circuit is closed and the current will flow through it. And here, to change the resistance, to change the value of resistance, we have taken a rheostat. Rheostat का काम क्या होता है? To change the resistance. Now, how we can verify? So in board exam, you have to draw this circuit, depend on the mass distribution. If the question is of only 1 mass, then you have to directly write the graph between VI should be straight line. If it is of 2 or 3 mass, so first you have to draw this electric circuit or circuit diagram. Then you have to mention कि we have to measure the value of potential difference and I. कि हमको किस चीज की वैल्यू मेजर करनी है? पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस की वैल्यू मेजर करनी है, करंट की वैल्यू मेजर करनी है एट द डिफरेंट वैल्यू ऑफ रेजिस्टेंस. और या फिर हम क्या कर सकते हैं कि बार बार इसके अंदर, जैसे यहाँ पे हमने 2 सेल यूज किए हैं, 2 की जगह 3, 3 की जगह 4, 4 की जगह 5, 5 की जगह 6, मीन्स वी आर चेंजिंग द वैल्यू ऑफ पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस. तो उसके बाद हम करंट मेजर करेंगे विद द हेल्प ऑफ एमीटर. हमारे पास अलग अलग रीडिंग आ जाएंगी करंट की. सो after getting those reading, when you connect those dots, जनरली जब आप ग्राफ बनाते हो तो आप पहले डॉट्स लगाते हो, तो मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ डॉट्स शुड बी ऑन स्ट्रेट लाइन. if any conductor or any wire is following the Ohm's law. In that case, the graph that you will obtain will always be straight line. So generally they ask 1 or 2 marks question for this experimental verification, or you will get an activity based question. So first, for 1 mark, no need to draw this diagram. In 1 mark, directly draw this graph. The graph between VI will be straight line. But in case of 2 or 3 marks, you have to draw this, take an example or draw this electric circuit and then draw the graph. So for the experimental verification of Ohm's law, the graph between potential difference and current should be straight line. कि for example, ये इंक्रीज हो रही है, ये इधर इंक्रीज हो रही है, कि पहले हमने लेट अस अज्यूम सबसे पहले हमने एक सिंगल सेल से स्टार्ट किया और हमने करंट की वैल्यू मेजर कर ली, फिर हमने 2 सेल के साथ, देन विद 3, 4, 5, मींस वी आर इंक्रीजिंग द वैल्यू ऑफ पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस. इफ द वैल्यू ऑफ पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस इज इंक्रीज, द वैल्यू ऑफ करंट विल आल्सो इंक्रीज. तो जब आप ग्राफ ड्रॉ करोगे, देन कनेक्ट ऑल द डॉट्स, you will get a straight line. If you are not getting this straight line, means the substance or the compound, not the compound, substance, conductor is in case of straight line, the substance is following the Ohm's law. If you get any kind of curve like this, means substance is not following the Ohm's law. So for example, sand, wood, that will not follow the Ohm's law. Even in case of semiconductor, because the conductivity is in between conductor and insulator. So generally semiconductors also do not follow the Ohm's law, because in board exam they can ask you a question like this, germanium is there, silicon is there. तो वो metalloid है, वो क्या है, एक तरह का semiconductor है. We use the silicon and germanium for the solar cells, whether they will follow the Ohm's law or not. So in that type of question, you have to write according to the mark distribution. If it is of only 1 mark, directly write it is a semiconductor and the graph for that semiconductor is not straight line, so it will not follow the Ohm's law. So this is what all about the Ohm's law and experimental verifications of Ohm's law. Thank you, students.